Long mahalo as we look at OKO Knife Counter number 10. Let's start that one again. Long mahalo as we look at OKO Knife Counter number 10. In this particular case, we have a knife in your normal blade up in a, whether you call it a hammer or a fist position. It's going to be a straight edge pokey pokey. Whether you want to call it a shank or pokey pokey, and the type of knife is different. So in this particular case, their right leg is going to be forward. And as they're doing it, maybe their hands are disguising the weapon, hands in the back, or whether it's down low. As they come in, they're going to step and poke. The left hand's going to be the backup. We need to deal with this and get out of the way of the weapon. Once again, this is going to be coming from our 12 o'clock in our green zone. We need to create distance and deviate, deflect, control, and disarm the weapon. As I do so, my left leg is going to be slightly forward. I'm going to step back just slightly with the right foot creating distance. Left hand's already ready. Left hand, what we either call a push down or a knife hand block or a dolphin tail to strike at the weapon. As I do so, I want to control the weapon. As I do a push down, I can immediately grab the hand and the palm to reduce the amount of rotation to cut unintended consequences, cutting myself. As I do so, I'm going to open up the weapon, strike with the right hand, once again, the ridge hand or forearm strike. I'm going to continue his momentum, and I'm going to rotate, think palms at 11, hanchi. And as I rotate, I can grab the back of his shoulder. My left hand's going to come up and crank that arm, and then in air, chicken wing position, and then bring it around to the back of my opponent. Once again, from the front. Create distance, chop, strike. As I rotate, I'm going to push that hand up, still controlling the weapon. If I can, if possible, I'm going to either slice or poke him with the knife as we're going. If not, no big deal. We come here at this position from Columbus at 11. Once again, we're going to borrow force and borrow balance. I'm going to shift weight to my left leg, borrowing balance from my opponent's here for the knee to soften him up to be able to take him down. My right leg is going to get out of the way. I'm going to push down with my right hand, push up with my left. Once again, push, pull, rowing the canoe, and I'm going to flip him onto the ground. As I do so, I want to maintain control of the weapon at all times. Once we deviated, deflected, control the weapon at all times. And then we're going to disarm in just a moment. Once again, starting from the beginning. Create distance, dolphin tail. I'm going to strike as we have done before. Continue to rotate, nahanchi. Shift weight, borrow balance, knee, borrow balance, borrow force. Flip him down, control the weapon. Put the weapon and the arm across my left thigh. I'm going to either use what we call a close kneel or wide kneel to control his height and depth while he's on the ground. I'm going to strip the weapon. Follow up, follow through. My area of escape is at my 130. In my particular case, I'm going to stomp, pushing the arm away from me, cross, and come out with the weapon. Once again, let's take this from a side view. As he comes in, create distance. Hand immediately engages. I'm going to grab, strike. I'm going to continue his motion to hanchi. I've gone from my 12 to my 3 with this motion. 1, 2, rotate to 3. I'm going to shift weight, borrow balance, knee. Now I'm going to create room for him. Flip him. Now I'm going to use a close kneel or a wide kneel to pin him. Leg or arm with the weapon over my leg, strip. Strike. In this particular case, my avenue of escape is going to be at 10:30. I'm going to push his arm and leg, his arm away. If this is his arm, have it across his body. I'm going to strip the weapon. I have his shoulder up off the ground. I'm going to be mean here. I'm going to insert my foot and step in just underneath his body. Now I'm going to have 3 points of contact. Just under my knee with my shin, near his armpit. His elbow is going to be between my legs. His forearm is going to be across my left thigh. And I've got control of his wrist. 3 points of contact. As I shift weight into my right foot, I'm going to create an arm break. Whether that's going to affect his elbow or his shoulder will depend upon the length of his arm. Once again, I have him here. I'm going to step up. Those 3 points contact. I'm going to then make sure I have the weapon. I'm going to control release on the right arm, right hand, excuse me, the left hand. And that my knee is going to push his leg across his body to allow me then to escape. Stomp, first 180 degrees, second 180 degrees. So what concepts, lessons, and principles do we have here in knife counter number 10? There's actually a lot. We have a reintroduction and a repetition, shall we say, of DDCD. Deviate, deflect, control, and disarm. We have the 6-point block with the borrowing of the concepts from Mahanchi, this is what we've seen before. We have the in-air chicken wing. We have borrowing balance and borrowing force with the knee to soften him up. We have the step to reverse or the in-place stance change, create room for us to hit him with planet. And we have the close kneel and the wide kneel differences. So once again, let's take a quick look at the close kneel, wide kneel differences. Here's this. As you see, here's the flat part of the chair in which I'm sitting. If I want to, I can pin this chair to the ground by lowering my knee down to the top in a straightforward fashion, facing 12. That would be a close kneel. A wide kneel is when I open up my foot and knee towards now my 1:30, 2 o'clock to pin. Depends on how I want to pin them. Whether I need to pin straight down or whether I need to pin wider will determine whether I use a close kneel or a wide kneel, or maybe both depending on the situation. We have once again the shoulder crank, making sure that we keep that shoulder off the ground to help us control the weapon. And then we have continued use of the ridge hand / forearm strike in the technique. A lot of concepts and principles. This is a fun one to work with. This has been OKO Knife Counter number 10. Aloha, mahalo, and live pono.